Hey there! Welcome to our monthly Ask Me Anything call. So for those of you who are new today, I am Sage Grayson, and I'm a former book editor turned life coach. So I help ambitious career women edit their habits, routines, and mindsets to balance their happiness at work and home. I'm a life editor, and so are you. So welcome. As I said, this is our monthly Ask Me Anything call right here on my Facebook business page. So what we do in these Ask Me Anything calls is I answer all of the questions that I've gotten in the past month that you've sent me through email or posted on my social media, or I've gotten from my client calls or my academy calls. And this is really your chance to pick my brain and get advice about anything that you're going through, whether you want to learn more about the life editing process, or you need some motivation, or you need some business strategies, whatever it is, this is your chance to talk directly to me. So if you have a question or a comment that you want me to address during the call, please type it into the comment box on your screen and I will answer it. If you are watching this recording afterwards, after the live stream, go ahead and put your questions there anyway, because I will come back and check for questions and keep answering them as we go. Okay, so this month, this is May 2018, and lots of good stuff is happening this month. As some of you have heard, my very popular group program, Life Editing for Beginners, is coming back. So this is the live stream version or the live version of Life Editing for Beginners. Because I know some of you out there are thinking, Life Editing for Beginners, it hasn't gone anywhere. It's in the clubhouse all the time. And it's true. So all of the videos and all of the content, all the worksheets for Life Editing for Beginners is in the Life Editor Clubhouse membership site right now. So if you have an annual subscription, if you're a silver level member, you can just go into the clubhouse and go through Life Editing for Beginners, the whole 5-week program at your own pace, which is great. There's lots to do in there, and you can really take it as slowly or as quickly as you want. But we haven't done a live session in a long time. I was counting, it's been 18 months. It's been a long time since we've done a live session of Life Editing for Beginners. And what the live session is there are weekly group calls with me during the live session. So you can get your questions answered about the modules for that week, about the worksheets that you're filling out, about the life editing exercises that you're doing. It's a really great way for us to stay connected, for you to get more accountability, and to get really specific answers for what you're editing in your life. So it's been a while since we've done a live session. So there's a live session of Life Editing for Beginners coming at the end of May. So please stay tuned for that. There'll be more information about what's new, how the live session works, and how you can sign up. So here's the thing. If you are already a silver level member of the Life Editor Clubhouse, you're already at that silver level and you get all of the monthly classes and all of that, you're in. You're already in. You're already signed up for the live session of Life Editing for Beginners. If you're new and you haven't joined the clubhouse, like you should, but if you're totally new for that, you'll be able to join at the silver level annual subscription level, but at a discount for joining Life Editing for Beginners. So all that information is coming. Please, be patient. It is definitely coming. But just so you know, we'll be starting the 5-week program before the end of May. What exactly is Life Editing for Beginners? Well, it's my flagship program. It's my most popular group program. I've had more people go through it than any other class or any other freebie or any other thing that I put out in my business. It is an introduction to life editing and how you can apply the practices to your everyday life. So it's 5 weeks long, and there are, get this, 28 video lessons that go along with the program. It's a lot of videos. 28 video lessons walking you through each step of the life editing process. There are also 18 beautifully designed printable worksheets to help you go a little bit deeper, to help you journal and get real deep with what you want to be editing. I like seeing people's worksheets too, so we do share our worksheets in the Facebook group. There's different exercises to get you thinking differently about what you do and do not want in your life, and how you can clean up that messy, rough draft that we sometimes have going on. There's lots more involved, but you'll see that as I start promoting it later this month. Those of you who have gone through Life Editing for Beginners before, like, hi, I'm so glad you've taken the program. If you have done Life Editing for Beginners, well, leave a comment. Tell me, what was the best part of Life Editing for Beginners? Which of the 5 steps of the life editing process is your favorite? I say this all the time. Step 4 is my favorite because that's time management. So that's when you actually get your time back and you start using your minutes more wisely. It's definitely my favorite. But what's yours? Do you have a favorite? And I guess what would you like to edit next in your life? Like really going forward, if you're going to take Life Editing for Beginners, if you're going to do the 5-week program, where do you want to be at the end of the program? Do you want to be saving an hour of time every day? Do you want to have weekly self-care breaks for yourself? Do you want to delete or create boundaries around any harmful, toxic relationships in your life? Do you want to start a brand new gratitude practice? We're really good at that. So lots of things that you can do in Life Editing for Beginners, but it is really for beginners. So if you're totally new to life editing, you're going to love it. So stay tuned. Life Editing for Beginners coming back at the end of this month. And if you can't wait, go into the Clubhouse, and if you're at a silver level member, you can already view the videos now and get a head start. Okay, so let me start answering some of your questions. Again, if you've got a question or comment, type it into the comment box and I will answer it on this live stream, or I'll be coming back and answering more of your questions as we go through this week. Okay, so here's a question that I got this morning from Lisa, and I think a lot of you are going to connect with this. So Lisa says, I'm having trouble sticking to a project. I know I literally have been diagnosed with ADD, but I feel like the older I get, the harder it is. Things that I thought I wanted to do aren't interesting to me, and I keep being attracted to new projects. I'm having trouble discerning true passion from what I feel like I should be doing. Great. I'm so happy that you sent in this question, Lisa, because raise your hand. I think this is what everyone is going through. I don't know a single person who has never struggled with what their true passion is versus what they feel like they should be doing. Like, what should you be doing in your life? And there's a lot of push and pull around that, and that can make us feel like, I don't know where to get started. I don't know what to do. It makes us feel disinterested in the things that we've got in front of us, and it makes us keep grabbing after those bright, shiny objects, always looking for, well, I don't feel good here. Maybe this will help, or maybe this will help. And then we just feel flustered because we've got too much going on. So I hear you, Lisa. Let me answer your question. There's a few things that I want to talk about. And the first thing is we're going to talk about how do you determine what your true passion is. Yeah, so let's get clear right at the beginning. Before we figure out what projects you should work on, let's back up and talk about what your true passion is. And I know that can be hard to figure out when we have so many distractions in our lives. When I was in elementary school, I thought I was really, really busy. And then when I was in high school, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm so, so busy. And then I was in college, I was like, I'm so busy. And now when I'm adult, I'm even busier. And it's like, it never slows down. We always have more and more and more stuff in our lives. It's like laughable to think about how busy I thought I was in high school compared to how I am now. So I get it. You want to make sure that you are devoting your life to your true passion. So how do you determine what your true passion is? Well, I've got 3 questions that I want you to ask yourself. The first one is, what did you used to do as a kid? So what types of things did you use that filled your time when you were a child? What things did you choose to do naturally during your free time? So nothing that you were forced to do for school, or nothing you were forced to read for school, or nothing that your family forced you to do. But when you had free time as a kid, and for some of us, maybe that was the last time you had free time. But what did you choose to do naturally as a kid? What were you drawn to as a kid? So like for me, things that I used to do as a kid and spend all of my free time as a kid, is maybe you did this too, is I would take magazines, and I've always had dozens of magazine subscriptions, and I still do. I would take magazines and I would cut out the pictures and I would cover my notebooks with collages. I would make collages for my wall. I would like cover like shoe boxes and collages. Like really, my thing was taking stuff out of the magazines and making something new out of it. Really repurposing like the content. I would save my favorite articles. I would take all the pictures and make pretty collages. So I would take something that I got and make something new out of it. That's what I did for hours and hours and hours as a kid. Any of you cut up magazines as a kid and like covered your notebooks with like pictures of Britney Spears and the Spice Girls and stuff? Because like that was what I did. So think back, what did you do for fun as a kid? What did you choose to spend your time on that you weren't forced to do? So maybe it was like making crafts like me, or maybe it was reading, or maybe it was walking around museums, or maybe it was going on bike rides for hours and hours and hours. Whatever it was, what did you choose to do when you had the freedom of choice as a child? The second question I want you to ask yourself is, what could you do now for hours and hours and hours and hours and just simply lose track of time? So when I'm saying that what's something that you could do now that makes you lose track of time? It's got to be something that gives you energy, because yeah, I know we can like sit and binge Netflix for hours and hours and lose track of time, but most likely you are not feeling energized after watching 10 hours of Netflix. But what's something that you can do now that you could just do and you get into that flow state and you're just like, oh, it's wonderful. And then you lift your head hours later and you're like, whoa, I just spent 3 hours doing whatever. Like for me, it's scrapbooking. I'm a big scrapbooker. So I like taking like different stickers and color markers and different kinds of notebooks and pictures and papers and repurposing them into like beautiful scrapbook pages or beautiful like homemade cards or whatever. So that's like what I could do for hours and hours and hours and lose track of time. Also going to the Walt Disney World parks, which is 5 minutes away from our house. That's another thing that I could do where I just like feel like a kid and I just like lose track of time. So what is it for you when you lose track of time? Is there a hobby? Is there something that brings you a lot of joy? Maybe it is self-care. Maybe it is like taking a bath and doing your hair and your makeup, like something that you could just like do for hours and feel really, really good and energized at the end of it. And the third question I have for you, to help you figure out what your true passion is what's your through line? Now, some of you might be familiar with the term through line. Imagine that there is this invisible string that is connecting everything in your life. So it connects all of the jobs you've ever had. It connects all of the work you've ever done, all of the things you've ever produced. There is something that is tying all of those things together, and that's known as your through line. And more likely than not, your through line is your true passion, because you have to have that thing in everything that you do, or else you wouldn't want to do it. So for me, let me give you an example. I've had a lot of jobs in my life. When I was in high school and college, I sold shoes in the mall at the local shoe store, and I sold clothes at a clothing store too. But I took that job because I wanted to help people feel better about themselves. I wanted to help them choose the shoes that they were going to wear for graduation. I wanted to help them choose the suit for their first interview after college, like whatever. I wanted to help people become the best versions of themselves. And then after college, I was a book editor, hence life editor. I was a book editor for many years in different healthcare publishers, for the longest time in the American Medical Association. So I was editing medical textbooks because I wanted to put something out there that would help people. I wanted to help doctors be the best doctors that they could be and have the best information so that they could really grow their craft. And then now that I am a life coach or life editor, I help my clients become the best versions of themselves, to take their rough draft lives and make something bigger and better for themselves. Not throwing away their lives in the trash, but really editing themselves to their own version of their perfection. So that's pretty obvious. Like those are pretty different jobs, like selling shoes, editing books, and then being a life coach. Those are really different jobs. But that through line that goes through everything that I've ever done has been helping people become the best versions of themselves, but still themselves. So that's my through line. So what is your through line? Thinking about the jobs that you've had, the work that you've put out there, the things that you've done. What's connecting them all together? So those are 3 questions to figure out what your true passion is. So what did you used to do as a kid? What could you do for hours and hours and get into that flow state? And the third one is, what's your through line? What's connecting them all together? Okay, so once you know what your true passion is, what you really are supposed to be doing, let's talk about the idea of what you should be doing. Because I think we have a lot of that in our lives. We have a lot of like people telling us what we should do, what we should major in, what type of job we should have, how we should spend time with our kids, or where we should go on vacation, or where we should live, like all sorts of things about what we should be doing in our lives. But in reality, there's not a lot of things you should be doing. And this is your life. This is the only life that you've got. So you should be doing things that help you live the life that you want to have, not because someone's pressuring you to do something or society is pressuring you to do something. So here are 3 things that you should be doing in your life. And it's not a lot. It's not a lot of things. So the first one is earning money. Whoa, really, Sage? You're probably thinking like, Sage, like money isn't everything. Why are you saying that the first thing that you should be doing in your life is earning money? Because money helps you do bigger and better things. So earning money can help you support your family, keep a roof over your head, keep food on the table. Earning money also helps you give more. So if you have a business, it helps you grow your business and provide services that you can't always provide for free. Having money and earning money also allows you to give more to the charities that you want to support, to improving your community, to supporting causes that are important to you. So yes, I'm going to be a little controversial here, and I'm going to say that one of the things you absolutely, positively should be doing in your life is earning money. Yeah. Fight me on that. Like, because money helps you do so many different things. I don't think money is evil. I don't think having money is selfish. I don't think rich people are bad. Money is simply energy. And when you have more of the energy, you can do more things. You can take care of your family, you can take care of your community, you can give to charity. You need to be earning money. That's one thing I will say you should be doing in your life. The second thing you should be doing in your life is giving yourself white space, otherwise known as self-care. White space is a publishing term that we use in life editing, but for those of you who are new, we'll call it self-care. So you only have this one life, and you should be treating yourself well. So making sure that you have self-care, that you are doing the things that give you energy, that fill your cup, that replenish you. So whatever that is, if that's taking a day off every week or 2 days off every week, if that's going on vacations, if that's having meaningful conversations with the people that you love, maybe that's reading more. Like for me, I'm always reading. That is definitely my self-care. Maybe it's doing the things on your bucket list. Whatever it is, no matter what kind of job you have or what you do in your life, you must have white space. You must be good to yourself, because nobody else is making it their priority to make sure you're taken care of. Like, yeah, you might love your kids, but it's not their job to make sure that mommy is taking some time off, that mommy has friends, or that mommy is doing her bucket list. Like, no, like you've got to block out that self-care white space time in your life. And the third and final thing that I think you should be doing in your life is respecting your beliefs, whatever those beliefs are. So I want to make sure that any kind of career or business or venture that you take on is in alignment with whatever your core beliefs are. So really, well, what do you believe deep down inside you? What's most important for you? What do you feel on a core level? And make sure that you are honoring that with the work that you're putting out into the world. So Lisa, to answer your question, the things that you should be doing, just recapping, you need to earn money so you can do bigger and better things. And money's not bad. Money helps you help the world. 2, you should be giving yourself white space. And 3, you should be honoring your beliefs, whatever those are. You notice I didn't say you should become a doctor, or you should buy a great big house in the country, or you should own a sports car, or you should have $1 million business, or any of that. Those are not things that you should be doing. So if you're looking at the things in your life, the things that are on your to-do list, the things that come up every day, and you have a list of things that you think you should be doing, are they really those things? Do they honor your core beliefs? Do they help you earn money? Are they allowing you to have self-care? I know a ton of people who either work for other companies or have their own businesses or do both, and they don't have a stitch of time for self-care. Like, they never fill themselves up again, and that's not good. That's not what you should be doing in your life. So here, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. We talked about how you can determine what your true passion is, and then we talked about what you should be doing in your life. So when you're looking at your project list and trying to figure out, what do I do from day to day, you've got to focus on the intersection of your true passion and the things that you should be doing with your life. So these are the projects that deserve your time and that deserve your energy and that deserve your attention. So what could those things be? Well, let me give you an example from my life. So one of my true passions that I'm really excited about, like I said, I did it as a kid. I lose time doing it, and it's part of my through line is public speaking, which is kind of weird. I know some of you are like, oh, I hate public speaking, but for me, I love public speaking. I was captain of my speech team in high school, so it was something I did as a kid, and I love doing it. Maybe I just like hearing myself talk. I lose hours and hours of time doing public speaking, which is why if you're a member of the Life Editor Clubhouse, you'll know that there's more than 110 hours of video and audio content in the Clubhouse, because I'm always talking, because I'm always doing public speaking. And then going right back to my through line, it's connected in the things that I'm talking about can help people be the best versions of themselves and live happier lives. So yeah, that's definitely, public speaking is definitely one of my true passions. Now let's go talk about what I should be doing in my life. So like I said, those 3 things. Does public speaking help me earn money? Well, yeah, I do earn money by being a coach and speaking publicly. And even when I was a kid doing speech team, I knew that being a good public speaker and being persuasive and being able to clearly talk about my points to an audience would help me earn money in any job in the future. Then does it give me time for self-care, for white space? Yeah. Having my own business as a life coach definitely gives me time to set my own hours and carve out the white space anytime that I want, really, because it's my business. When I was a kid on the speech team, every Saturday was tournament day, and we would pile into the school bus and go to the speech tournaments. And you might think oh, but you're losing your Saturday. That's not white space. But actually for me, because I'm an extrovert and I gain energy by being around people, those tournaments were my white space. I got to be around hundreds of people from all over, from different schools. I got to be with my team. I got to be up on stage performing. So that was my white space. After a tournament, I always left feeling so pumped up and so energized because I'm an extrovert. Whereas I could always pick out the introverts because after a tournament, they just felt so depleted and so I need to be away from people for a while. so something like that might not be white space for everyone, but it was definitely white space for me. And then finally, does public speaking honor my beliefs? Yeah, of course it does, because I get to help people be life editors every day. And that's something that's really important to me, is lifting up women and helping people find the strength inside of them to live better, happier lives. And even when I was in school, when I was on the speech team, that helped me honor my beliefs too, because my event was persuasive speaking, and I could talk about things that were important to me, like animal rights and gay and lesbian rights too. So that was a great platform for me to express my beliefs. It was really empowering and wonderful. So that's what I was talking about, the intersection between my true passion and what I should be doing with my life. So Lisa, when you're looking at your projects on your list, where's the intersection? Like, find your true passion, then think about the things that you should be doing with your life. Where's the intersection? Those are the things that deserve your time and attention and money and everything. Like, that's where you should be focusing. So when you got a new project comes up, like somebody dumps a project on your desk, or someone's asking you to like join another committee or whatever, or someone's asking you to do something, first figure out, is your true passion involved? And then two, can it help you earn money? Even if it's a roundabout way of helping you earn money, does it let you have self-care, and is it in line with your beliefs? That was like a really, really big answer to your question. But Lisa, thank you so much for submitting that question. I hope that helps you out. If you're watching this recording later, let us know. Tell us what is your true passion. For any of you who are watching now, what is your true passion? Type it into the comment box. I would love to hear what types of things lift you up. Like, why are you here? What are you putting out into the world? And then how do you feel about my list of things you should be doing with your life? Is there any conflict there for you? Do you think there are other things you should be doing in your life? Or is your manager or your spouse or your mother-in-law or somebody telling you you should do something else, but it doesn't feel right to you? Let me know. Type your comments in the comment box, and let's have a discussion. Okay, so that was one of the questions I had sent to me. If you have any questions, go ahead and type them in the comments box, or you can always send an email to sage@sagegrayson.com, and I can answer a little bit more privately for you. Okay, another question I had coming in, which isn't really a question, it's more of an issue I see coming up over and over and over again, and I wanted to address it. So with my clients, many of them have their own businesses, and they are setting up their home base, their online headquarters, their website. And that's supposed to be their headquarters for their business. That's where people can find them online. But one thing I've noticed, and I've had to like really, really push my clients to do this, is to not wait for their websites to be perfect before they make them live, before they have their websites. Because I had one client a few years ago, and it really, really broke my heart because we were working together, and I just felt like every time we tried to move forward, there would be more excuses about why her website wasn't live. Like, she didn't like the picture on her about page. She didn't have the right shade of purple in her logo, and she didn't know what to write about, or she was too busy like dealing with other projects or doing stuff for her kids to like get her website live. Meanwhile, the months and months and months were going by, and she wasn't making any progress on her website. And that's okay, because like for some people, like if you don't have a business and that's not what you're doing, that's fine. I have plenty of other things to help you with for life editing. So we were doing other like personal life editing stuff. But she did say that one of her priorities was to get her business website up so she could start earning that active income, that passive income, those subscriptions, and like really having an online presence. But she kept stalling and stalling and stalling. So no joke, it took her 18 months to get her website live. Like, yeah. And we were doing a lot of other things in the meantime, but that really showed to me that wasn't a priority to her, no matter how much she said it. And there was just a lot of issues that we had to work through together to get her website live. So here's my advice for you. Make your website live. Just publish your website, even if it's not perfect, because it'll never be perfect. Honestly, I'm constantly tweaking my website, and I've had my website for 7 years now. But I want you to put yourself out there and be brave about it, because we have this misperception that the moment you make your website live, tens of thousands of people are going to see your website. Like, that's what we think, which is really, really weird. We think like, we're going to turn our website on, And then like millions of people are going to be like flooding us or saying nasty things about us. Like, you're using a really weird theme, or I don't like your color scheme, or I don't like that picture. That's not happening. Like, honestly, the most realistic thing to happen is you make your website live, and you and me and maybe your mom are the only people who know about your website, so we're the only ones who see it. Like, do you guys have this fear that if you like make your website live, like millions of people are going to see it and start judging you? I hear you. I mean, I know that's like what a lot of people think, but that's just not true. They're not going to know about you, so they're not going to be like flooding your website right then. So go ahead and make it live and be imperfect. I can see here in the comments, Christine says that she's listening and her website will be live on May 13th. We're going to hold you to that, Christine. As soon as your website is live, you got to put it in the Clubhouse Facebook group and let us take a look at it. Anyway, so I don't want you to stall the way some of my clients do. Here's the thing. I want you to get your website live because that's how people can contact you. So even if you're still not ready for blogging, even if you're still not set up on social media, even if you still don't have the best headshots, even if you're still creating your products and services, that's okay. Set up your website. So your website should be very, very, very basic when you make it live. It should have 3 things on it. Your About Me page, which on my website is called Who's Sage? Whatever, you can call it whatever cutesy thing you want. Your About Me page, which literally can be just a couple sentences. It could be, I'm so-and-so and I help blah, blah, blah do blah, blah, blah. Like really like 2 sentences, that's it. And even if you're not doing those things yet, put it up there that you're going to be doing those things. So at least people like know what your website is for. So you've heard my elevator pitch a million times that I help ambitious career women edit their habits, routines, and mindsets to balance their happiness at work and home. So that's pretty clear about what I do. And I do explain book editor to life coach, life editor. So what do you need to put on there? So, okay, let's say you're a jewelry maker. You could say, I'm Sally, and I design colorful necklaces to help women feel confident at work. Whatever, like literally just a couple sentences. But that's on your About page. Your About page is going to grow as your business grows. Like eventually you'll have like client testimonials, or you'll have pictures of your products and services. Like you'll get there. But when you're just starting out, when you're just making your website live, just a couple sentences. Second thing you need on your website is a contact page. Yeah. So there should be some way that people can contact you. Even if it's like an email address or a phone number or like a contact form, one of those plugins where they can just type in their message directly on your website. Whatever it is, there should be some way that they can contact you. Because even if you're not blogging yet, even if you're not doing social media, even if you're not sending emails yet, on the off chance that someone does go to your website or you tell someone about your website, there should be some way that they can contact you. So when I first started my website, the very first thing I said was like, contact me and let's set up a free life editing strategy call. And that was it. It was like, email me to get your free call. It was really, really simple. Like now I have it hooked up to my calendar scheduler and all that, but it was really simple. And I was getting clients that way without like having all the bells and whistles. And you can do that too. And the third final thing you need on your website to make it live is services. Now, hold on. You might not have services yet, but that's okay. Like literally just put what's coming. So if you're Sally the jewelry maker, say coming soon, like beautiful, inexpensive necklaces to help you shine or whatever. Or if you're a coach, saying like something like time management, home study program coming soon, like whatever it is that you're doing. Even if it's not there yet, at least let them know that you're thinking about it and there's going to be stuff there, so they should stick around. So that's really what I recommend, those 3 things to make your website live. Your About page, your contact page, and your services page. Really, really simple, like 1 sentence on each page, just so you'll have a foundation. And then when I get my clients to do those things, and honestly, we can do that in like less than a day. Like in some cases, we actually do it during one of our coaching calls. Like we get right down to business. We open up WordPress and we do it right then during our call. Once you do that and your website is live and people can go and see it, it takes a lot of the fear out of it. It makes you not feel like people are going to be judging you because it's sitting there and no one's judging you. And no one's sending you a nasty comment saying, I can't believe your about page is only one sentence long. Like, nobody's doing that. No one's like threatening you or saying that you're junk or whatever. So just having your website live alleviates that fear, and you'll be like, oh, that wasn't so bad. Okay, now maybe I can start blogging, or maybe I can start taking pictures of my products and putting them up in the shop, or maybe I can put my gallery up there. Like, it takes the fear out of it. So that's the real reason I want you to publish your website, even when it's not perfect. And it's never going to be perfect. My website, it's not perfect either. That's okay. You can still earn money when it's not perfect. You can still be of service to your potential clients by having a way for them to contact you. And it's okay. I really want you to get your website up now, like super soon. All right, so for those of you who have a business and you still haven't gotten your website up, type in the comments, why haven't you published your website? Why haven't you made it live? What's holding you back? Are you getting caught up in perfection? Is there anything that we can do to help ease your fears about making your website live? All right. So I think we have time for one more question. If you guys have any questions, type them in the comment box. But I did have one more that was sent in. I gotta drink my lemon tea because I'm talking all the time. Okay. This actually came from one of my Academy members about how to properly use your accountability partners. So those of you know, if you are in my Life Editor Academy Mastermind group, we have accountability partners and we switch every month and we support each other. And it's more than just me telling you what to do or the videos or worksheets that you're doing every week. Having an accountability partner there with you every month helps have somebody like a peer, someone at your same level, keeping you accountable and not just like big bad coach yelling at you. I don't yell at my clients, but you get the idea. It's nice to have someone who's going through the same thing that you're going through and someone you can bounce ideas off of besides your coach. So anyway, for those of you who have accountability partners, whether you're in the academy or you're doing it on your own or you've got accountability partners from other programs, whatever, how can you best use your accountability partners so that you're getting value out of that? I know some people who they get in touch with their accountability partners once a month and all they say is, doing good, I'm doing good. Or they talk about things that aren't important, like they talk about what they're watching on TV or they talk about their babies or whatever. And it's not really lifting them up. It's not really holding them accountable. And that's the whole point of accountability partners, is that accountability, like someone who's in your corner, someone who's watching what you're doing. So here's how you can better take advantage of your accountability partners. Okay. So one of the reasons that I see people having trouble with accountability partners is they get too caught up in their own work. Like they're too busy doing their own things that they forget that they have these partners like drifting out there in space and they're not like adding value to them. They're not connecting with them. So you might be too caught up with your stuff. 2, you don't know what to ask or how to approach that. So you're like, accountability partners, what am I supposed to say to them? So if you don't know what to say or what to ask, you won't get in touch with them. And 3, you're afraid of looking dumb. I mean, honestly, if you don't do your work and you're feeling bad about that, then you won't get in touch with your accountability partners because you don't want to have to admit that, I didn't do my work. I didn't make my website live, or I didn't do whatever it was I didn't clean the garage. So whatever it is. So those are things that might hold you back. But when you have an accountability partner, and if you're looking for an accountability partner, hop on into the Life Editor Clubhouse Facebook group, which is for silver level members of the Clubhouse. And you can find lots of great accountability partners in there. Or like I said, if you're going to do life editing for beginners with us at the end of this month, you'll totally find an accountability partner. So once you have your accountability partner, I recommend asking each other the same 3 questions every time you get in touch with each other. So you got to get in touch with each other at minimum once a week. If you try to do it every month, too much would have changed. So you've got to do it every week if you really want to stay on top of it and really get value out of having a partner. So first you're going to ask them, Did you do what you said you were going to do? Yeah, so this is the whole point of the support. You're checking in with them. Did you do what you said you were going to do? So that they know that there's someone who cares. Someone who cares that they're actually doing whatever it is. Losing weight, cleaning the garage, cleaning up your clutter, cleaning up your bad toxic relationships, reclaiming your time, starting your business, applying for jobs, whatever it is you're doing, you want to ask them. You want to have somebody asking you if you're doing what you said you were going to do. Second, you ask them, well, what are you going to do next? Yeah, so you talk about the past, what they promised they were going to do, and then you talk about, okay, going forward, what are you going to do next? That's the next thing that you can hold them accountable for. So if you tell someone, okay, I'm going to clean up my kids' playroom by Friday, whatever it is, then that your accountability partner is going to be holding to that. They're going to be thinking, okay, she's supposed to be cleaning up the playroom, and they could even check in with you on that specific date to see, did you do what you said you were going to do? Or whatever it is, or I'm going to go to the gym twice this week. Well, then you know, every morning you get up and you say, oh, I don't want to go to the gym. You know your accountability partner over here knows that you said you were going to go to the gym, so that's an added push to get you to go. And then the final third thing you want to ask your accountability partner is, what can I do to support you? Yeah, because it's not a one-way street. It's not just someone like getting on the phone or getting on Skype or whatever and just letting it all out. And then they're gone. No, there's got to be a give and take there. There's got to be some kind of support both ways. So really ask, what can I do to support you? I'm pretty good about asking that during my client coaching calls because I don't want my client calls just to be like me spouting off advice at them. I really want them to tell me what do they need from me. Do they need me to go check their website? Do they need me to sign up for their opt-in box and make sure all the code is working? Do they need me to text them in the morning to make sure they're at the gym? I have one client who texts me pictures of her at the gym every morning. So I know that she's actually there. She's in a different outfit, so I know it's real. Or do you need to send me pictures of what you're eating every day so we make sure that you're staying on track with your diet or whatever it is? Do you want to show me before and after pictures of your cleaned up garage? like what support do you need from me? It's really nice to have somebody asking, like, how can I help you? So you don't feel like you're drifting all on your own. That's the whole point of accountability partners. It's someone to be there with you, someone helping you along the way as you're doing your life editing work. Okay, so those are my tips for taking your accountability partnerships seriously and getting value out of it. Make sure you're asking these 3 questions. Did you do what you said you were going to do? What are you going to do next? And how can I support you? So yeah, don't feel bad if you and your accountability partners are having trouble connecting, because that happens to a lot of people. But restart fresh this week. Get in touch this week and get in touch every single week afterwards. I really recommend having something like set in stone, like maybe every Friday afternoon you're getting on Skype at the same time. Or maybe you're sending each other an email every Monday morning. Whatever it is, choose something and then stick to it like glue. That will help you really take advantage of having an accountability partner. All right. Let's see. I don't see any other questions coming in, and I've gone through all of mine. So I think we're ready to wrap this up. If you're watching this recording later, go ahead and put your question in the comment box, and I'll be coming back and answering them. Or you can send your questions to sage@sagegrayson.com. So just so you know, like I said at the beginning of this call, Life Editing for Beginners, the live session is coming back later this month. So before the end of May, we're going to start a new 5-week session. So those of you who have done Life Editing for Beginners before, this is totally a refresh for you because it's been 18 months since we've done a live session. So I know you need a refresher. For those of you who are brand new to life editing, I really hope you'll join Life Editing for Beginners. So stay tuned for more emails and more information about that and how you can join. It's really, it's my flagship program for a reason. You're going to get 5 weekly calls with me, group calls with me, 28 video lessons, 18 beautiful printable worksheets, Plus, you get the accountability of being in our Facebook group and sharing your exercises with everyone and keeping each other accountable, showing your worksheets, asking questions about the videos. It's really your introduction to life editing. So whether you've been doing life editing for years and years with me or you're totally new, you can just start with life editing for beginners. All right, so stay tuned for more information about that. And I forgot to show you what I'm reading this week. Really quick, I'm reading Manage Your Day to Day by Jocelyn Glee. Yeah. I'm also reading Show Your Work by Austin Kleon, and I'm reading E Squared by Pam Grout. This is actually the Platinum Group's book club selection for this month. Sorry, that was really quick. All right. Thanks again for being here on our monthly Ask Me Anything call. We do this every month, and I'm really happy to answer your questions. All right, thanks for being here, Life Editors. I'll talk to you soon.